Okay, ready for a deep dive into something that sounds straight out of science fiction? We're talking nanomaterials today.
Buckle up.
Specifically, a nanocomposite called silver bismuth oxyodide.
Or, as scientists like to shorthand it,
Tick.
AGBI507. All right.
AGBI 507I. What a mouthful. But you know what's really cool about this stuff? It's like tackling two huge problems at once.
Yeah.
Cleaning up pollution
Uh-huh.
and finding new ways to make clean energy. It's like a superhero of the nano world.
I like that. A superhero. But before we get to the heroics,
Right.
we got to break down what AGBI507I actually is.
Okay, so back to basics.
Imagine.
You have these teeny tiny silver nanoparticles,
Right.
like microscopic specks of dust, and they're sitting on these bismuth oxyodide nanorods.
Exactly. And that bismuth oxyodide Bi5O7, it's structured in a way that makes it a fantastic photocatalyst.
Wait, photocatalyst, does that mean it uses light to like kick chemical reactions?
You got it. And here's where it gets even cooler. This research isn't just about light. They found that AGBI507, I can use both solar and mechanical energy to make these reactions happen.
So not just light, but like movement too.
Yeah,
Vibrations.
exactly. Like it's tapping into multiple energy sources.
Whoa, okay, so that's where the terms photocatalysis, A&D, piezo come in.
Right.
I'm with you on photocatalysis, but piezocatalysis sounds like something straight out of Star Trek.
Think of it this way. Certain materials, if you squeeze them and put them under pressure, they create a tiny spark of electricity. And we're basically using that spark to power reactions. That's piezocatalysis in a nutshell.
Okay, now that's really cool. So they're using light and vibrations to make things happen.
Yep.
What kind of things are we talking about here?
Well, they put AGBI507I through some real-world tests.
Okay.
One of the big ones was nitrogen fixation. They wanted to see if this material could grab nitrogen from the air and turn it into ammonia.
Hold up. Why is making ammonia such a big deal?
Ammonia is essential for a ton of stuff. It's a key ingredient in fertilizers. And get this, it can also be used as a clean fuel source.
Really?
Yeah. Right now, we use a ton of energy to produce ammonia, about 2% of the world's total energy consumption.
Wow.
But imagine if we could just pull it out of thin air using this nanocomposite and a bit of vibration.
Mind-blowing. So it can make fertilizer from air? Did they try using it to clean up pollutants too?
Absolutely. They used a common pollutant called methyl orange to see how well AGBI507I could break down harmful stuff.
Okay.
And the results, really impressive. It effectively degraded the methyl orange under both light and ultrasonic vibrations.
This nanocomposite is like a multi-tool of awesomeness.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask, what's with the silver? What does adding those tiny silver particles actually do?
Great question, and it's one of the most fascinating parts of this research.
Good.
Turns out those silver nanoparticles dramatically boost how efficient the whole process is. Silver acts as what we call an electron trap. In simple terms, it helps direct the flow of energy so the reactions happen much more smoothly and effectively.
Wait, so those tiny silver particles make that much difference? Incredible.
Yeah.
So we've got this amazing material, cleans pollutants, potentially creates clean fuel.
Mm-hmm.
What's the catch? There's got to be a catch, right?
You're right. There's always a challenge in cutting-edge science. One of the hurdles they've encountered is the stability of the composite.
Okay.
See, Bi5O7, I can break down under light, and those silver nanoparticles can detach when there's too much vibration.
So it's like really good at its job, but also kind of fragile.
It's a challenge. And that's why scientists are still hard at work trying to make it more stable, because the potential here is just too big to ignore.
Okay, so we've got a material that could revolutionize how we clean up the planet and power our lives.
Right.
But it needs a bit more work in the durability department.
Right.
What's next? What are some of the paths researchers are looking at to overcome this?
That's where things get really interesting. There are a bunch of directions they could go in, from tweaking the material itself to finding clever ways to protect it.
Oh man, I'm already hooked. Tell me more.
Well, one idea is to experiment with different types of bismuth oxyodide. Maybe there's a variation out there that's naturally more resistant to light or vibrations.
Ooh, that's like finding a super-powered version of the material. What else?
Another avenue is protective coatings.
Ooh.
Imagine wrapping the AGBI 507 in like a super thin layer of something that shields it from those damaging effects.
So like giving our nano superhero a protective suit. I like.
Exactly. And they're also looking at ways to improve how they actually make the material, tweaking the manufacturing process to make that bond between the silver and the bismuth oxyodide stronger. That could be huge.
So they're basically trying to toughen it up from the inside out.
Yeah.
But let's zoom out for a sec. We've been geeking out on the science here.
Uh-huh.
But why should you listening to this actually care about this nanocomposite? What does it all mean in the grand scheme of things?
Well, imagine a world where we're no longer reliant on fossil fuels,
Okay.
where our air and water are clean, and where we can produce food more sustainably. We're talking about a potential shift in how we live and interact with our planet.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. But it's not just about this big picture utopia, right?
Right.
This could actually impact people's lives in a very real, tangible way.
Absolutely. Cleaner air and water mean better health for everyone. And cheaper, cleaner energy means more economic opportunities, especially in developing countries. It's a win-win on so many levels.
You know, I always thought nanotech was this futuristic thing,
Yeah.
something we'd see in movies.
Yeah.
But this is happening in NLW, and it's mind-blowing. It's not just equations and lab experiments.
Right.
It's about improving lives and creating a better world.
It is remarkable to see how far we've come.
Yeah.
Bi5O7 is just one example of the amazing potential of nanomaterials. And as research continues, who knows what other groundbreaking discoveries are just around the corner.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've learned about the incredible potential of Bi5O7, the challenges that still need to be addressed, and the profound implications this research has for the future.
It's been a fascinating deep dive into the world of nanomaterials.
It really has. But before we wrap up, I have one final thought to throw out there. Something for you, our listener, to ponder.
I'm all ears.
We've talked about how this nanocomposite can clean up pollutants and generate energy. But what if we could combine those two functions? What if we could create systems that use pollutants as fuel? Essentially, cleaning up the environment while simultaneously generating energy.
Whoa, that's next level. Turning a problem into a solution. Pollution isn't waste, it's just energy waiting to be unlocked.
Exactly. And that's the kind of innovative thinking we need to tackle the complex challenges facing our planet. It makes you wonder what other seemingly impossible things might be within reach if we push the boundaries of science and imagination.
It definitely highlights the interconnectedness of everything. We're seeing chemistry materials, science and engineering all coming together to create something truly innovative. It's like a scientific dream team.
And this is just the beginning. What do you think the future holds for nanomaterials? What other wild applications can you imagine?
I mean, the possibilities are pretty much endless, right? We're already seeing nanomaterials being used in everything from electronics to medicine.
Yeah.
And as research progresses, we're likely to discover even more applications.
So we could see nanomaterials helping to cure diseases, create more efficient solar panels,
Yeah.
or even build self-healing materials. Like, wow.
Exactly. Nanomaterials have the potential to revolutionize countless industries. And as we learn more about how to control and manipulate them at the nanoscale,
Right.
that potential will only grow. It's truly exciting time to be following this field.
I'm definitely feeling a mix of excitement and awe right now. It's incredible to think about how something so tiny can have such a massive impact.
It is, and it's important to remember that while the science is incredible,
Right.
we need to approach these advancements with careful consideration, ensuring ethical development and responsible implementation. The last thing we want is for a technology with so much promise to have unintended negative consequences.
That's a really good point. It's a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility,
Yeah,
even in the world of nanomaterials.
absolutely. But the potential benefits are undeniable. And that's what keeps researchers pushing the boundaries, exploring new frontiers, and striving to unlock the full potential of nanomaterials.
Well, I don't know about you, but my mind is officially blown.
Uh,
We've gone from tiny silver particles to a potential revolution in clean energy and pollution cleanup, all in one deep dive. It's been an incredible journey exploring the world of Bi5O7I Nano and the vast potential of nanomaterials.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you. And hopefully we've sparked some curiosity in you, our listener, as well.
To you, our listener, we encourage you to keep learning, keep questioning, and keep imagining the possibilities. The future is waiting to be discovered, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to make the next groundbreaking discovery in the world of nanomaterials.